All right, let's talk about Stephen A. Smith roasting Tyreek Hill, accusing him of doing drugs for his recent comments about Tua over Mahomes on accuracy. Then let's look at some videos from the Chiefs media day yesterday and discuss which running back's job is now in jeopardy with the return of Jerrick McKinnon and much freaking more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka Chief Redbeard, or at times the Brutal Bearded Rex, and I do daily news about the Chiefs and the NFL overall. So, sub if you're new, hit that like button if you're excited to see media content from the Chiefs' mandatory minicamp, and let's get into this news. Most of you know by now, but the minicamp has now become mandatory, and it starts today. So all 90 players on the offseason roster will be expected to attend, unless they're granted leave by the team, or maybe unless you are Orlando Brown Jr., who still hasn't signed his franchise tag and is working out a long-term deal with the Chiefs, which is at least the popular belief. That's my belief. He's going to be around for years to come, but crazier things have happened. And did you know that if the players do not show up to this mandatory minicamp, they can be fined a maximum of $93,085 pocket change, baby? Also, there's going to be a ton of media updates, so keep your little eyes on your screens and get ready because it is coming our way. And on the subject of media, the Chiefs had their media day yesterday and could be seen taking team photos like L'Jarius Sneed right here with them shades on, McCole Hardman trying to eat this football, maybe he skipped lunch, I don't know, Joe Thuney, and pretty much everybody else. Then here's a clip of punter Tommy Townsend screaming for no good reason, followed by a clip of Leo Chenal showing him how it's done.
All right. Ah! Ah!
And in case you are unsure of who actually did a better job, I'm going to have Nick Bolton point to the winner. Ding, 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 Leo Chenal is the winner. And you can see Josh Gordon hitting him with that spin move, Michael Burton's huge triceps, and you already know that Chris Jones is in there like swimwear, and Rojo can be seen showing off his shiny little teeth. I also see Juju, MVS, both looking nice in red and gold. And then here's a clip of Harrison Butker.
I'll just blow my cheeks out. How about that?
And don't ask me what's going on, because I have no freaking idea. But if that stressed you out a tad, just with the confusion and all that, here's a clip of Creed Humphrey's mullet to calm your nerves a wee bit. Then we have Sir Travis Kelce shooting an arrow into the sky. No, not that sky, you dummy, this sky. And then, of course, we got the El Capitan, Patrick Mahomes himself, and I am so thankful they decided to show the Broncos social team how a QB is supposed to do their media day. I promise you this much, the Chiefs learned from the Broncos' mistakes because they had CEH do the cringy part instead.
Are you ready?
Amazing.
Preseason football, only on KSHB 41.
Poor Clyde, but someone's got to do it, so thanks for taking one for the team, bud. And last but not least, we can't forget about the Chiefs' social media team's favorite player to use for extra views, the man Justin Ross himself. So let's freaking go. And honestly, there's a ton more clips, so what I'm going to do is put them all together in their entirety at the end of this video, maybe during the Q&A section, and just let them play on the side for you guys to see them all. We shall see, but they will all be there. But we need to move on, though, for the sake of Chiefs Kingdom's time and mine, because I have to work today.
Ah!
All right, recently, Stephen A. Smith had some interesting things to say about Tyreek Hill's podcast and the comment he made specifically about Tua's accuracy. You remember that, right? He said, Mahomes has the cannon and can throw farther for sure, but as far as accuracy, he would go with Tua all day. Okay, well, I don't think Stephen A. Smith liked that comment. He actually thought it was absolutely ludicrous, so roll the clip.
Tua Tagovailoa, you just joined. Y'all ain't even in preseason yet, so which means the only thing you've done was catch passes from him running routes in spring practice, at the very least. I mean, that's all. That's all you've got to go on.
Yeah, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. How can Tyreek make comments like this when he's never even played in a single game with Tua? How?
And you gonna try to tell me a dude that you've never even played a preseason game with is more accurate than Patrick Mahomes? If you are really, really serious about that, stay off the weed. That comment is so asinine, so utterly ridiculous that the brother really should be tested immediately if he's serious about that.
This is the content that I live for. Put me on a show with Stephen A. Smith, and I promise we will give you some lasting memories from things that we have to say. But yeah, he's under the impression that Tyreek needs to get drug tested for that comment, and I'm here for it because it was stupid. And I know sometimes when people are a wee bit high, they say stupid things like that that may not make sense in a sober reality. The fact of the matter is this: Tua is not that guy, and Tyreek Hill will continue to lie about it because he got paid $30 million a year to do so. So let's move on from all of that mess because I have another great clip to show you all. Recently, 49ers tight end George Kittle was on the show Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart was pressing Kittle on this question: are you jealous of who Travis Kelce gets to have as his QB? Basically asking, do you think Mahomes is better than your QB options? And this is what he had to say.
Are you jealous of the fact that he has a great quarterback?
I think I have a great quarterback.
I didn't say you didn't. What are you saying?
Patrick Mahomes is really good at football.
Are you saying that he's better?
I think Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay, so you think P. Holmes is just a better quarterback than the quarterback?
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you. The water got in my face.
I mean, this is the safest thing that Kittle could have done. Let's be honest here. What was great about this is he answered without having to give an actual answer, because we all know that if Jimmy G and Trey Lance were somehow able to combine their powers, they still would not even hold a candle to Patrick Mahomes. No, sir. Patrick Mahomes is simply better, and here's a picture of Patrick Mahomes' son. And I like the fact that I've been able to work in a Derek Carr joke clip or photo for about a week straight. I personally am enjoying it, so I hope you guys are as well. Now let's get to some running back news here because, of course, the Chiefs waited until after my video dropped yesterday, basically 30 minutes after, to make a surprise signing. At least it was a bit of surprise in my eyes because of how late it is. But that signing was for running back Jerrick McKinnon, which I am really freaking happy about, let's be honest here. The Chiefs decided to sign him to another one-year deal, according to Jeremy Fowler from ESPN, aka ESPN, who sent out a tweet yesterday saying this: running back Jerrick McKinnon is returning to the Chiefs on a one-year deal per source. And I think many of you, including myself, are happy about this, or should be happy about it, and here's why. Per yesterday's video, PFF ranked our running back room 30th out of 32 teams. So all the depth and competition we can get at this point in time, the freaking better. So yeah, McKinnon played just 19% of offensive snaps for the Chiefs during the regular season, but emerged as their best option in the backfield during their playoff run. In 3 postseason games, he carried 34 times for 150 yards while also catching 14 passes for 165 additional yards and a TD, giving him an average of over 108 total yards per game. How can you not like that? And I have some people in the comments saying that McKinnon is a washed up 30-year-old joke, but dude, he's one of our best options, so I don't know what else to tell you here, bud. And that is why I'm pretty stoked, to be honest, when you look at how effective McKinnon was in the playoffs. An average of 108 yards per game. Let's freaking go. This man not only showed up in the postseason, but showed out, and we need more of that energy from our backfield. And in comparison to McKinnon, Kansas City's other 3 backs combined for 116 total yards during the playoff run. So basically, McKinnon carried all of them on his little back. This article from CBS Sports says McKinnon has largely worked as a pass-catching specialist throughout his career and seems likely to be involved on third downs, the 2-minute offense, and other passing situations. Given McKinnon's skill set, Ronald Jones seems fit for short yardage and goal line opportunities, while CEH could operate as the team's option on base downs. So there you go. McKinnon returns and adds some valuable depth to the running back room and definitely raises the floor, the base level of overall competition. But my question from here, though, is who the heck is going to make this roster? Now that McKinnon's back, whose job is now potentially in jeopardy? I look at the top 5 backs right now, at least in my opinion, as CEH, Ronald Jones, Jerrick McKinnon, Derek Gore, and Isaiah Pacheco, but I also Have my little pupils on Jerry and Ely as well, the running back wide receiver hybrid. I know the Chiefs are using him primarily as a running back, but he's young, has the ability to play special teams, run the ball, and also be used in a pinch as a wide receiver, or at the very least a catch passing back similar to Jerrick McKinnon. So with all that being said, that's 6 guys on my list here, but last season I believe the Chiefs rolled with 3 and a fullback with 1 running back on the practice squad. You had CEH, Darrell Williams, and Jerrick McKinnon, and then fullback Michael Burton on the starting roster, and then Derek Gore was on the practice squad. That was at the start of the season. I know the practice squad fluctuates quite a bit, but that's what it looked like at the start of the season, which is why I'm looking at that as a comparison to now. So at this point in time, those are the 6 I am particularly interested in watching as we go through mandatory minicamp and leading up to training camp. But if I personally had to pick right now who's going to make the roster based on who we have, I'm going to go with CEH, Ronald Jones, and Jerrick McKinnon, then taking Pacheco to stash on the practice squad and letting Derek Gore and Jerry and Ely go. Letting Gore go is a tough one because he's shown promise and knows the playbook, but I think Pacheco's upside is even greater. He loves to block, is a very fast running back, as we all know, and could also play special teams and even return punts and kicks. I think his overall value on the team is greater than Gore's. But again, that's just my current thoughts and opinions at the moment, and the Chiefs could always store an extra running back on the practice squad, and if they choose to do that, store Gore, because it sounds nice. But allow me to throw a curveball into this running back scenario. Ronald Jones has been pretty quiet thus far, and if you look at his current contract, he has a cap hit of $1.5 million and a dead cap of $750,000. So it's not that much at the end of the day, and I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibilities that Ronald Jones could get cut or traded. I'm not going to lie. Is it likely? Probably not, but could it happen? Oh yeah. I mean, imagine that Pacheco is showing amazing promise in training camp and he ends up working his way onto the roster as RB3 for his contribution on special teams in particular, but also his willingness to pass block, while Ronald Jones, on the other hand, has a name that's big enough to draw interest from other teams and potentially get traded. If that were the case, keep Derek Gore on the practice squad, and then you have CEH, McKinnon, and Pacheco on the starting lineup. Anyway, I'm just throwing out some hypotheticals here, but this is kind of where my mind is going and churning at the moment at least. But this is where I need all y'all's input. Whose job is in jeopardy? Who's getting cut? And who is making the roster in your opinion as of right now? Definitely let me know in the comments down below and let's fight about it down there. From here, I want to go over some of my favorite comments from yesterday. Classy Max 90's wondering what I'm going to put on my empty shelves back there. And honestly, I have no freaking idea, man. I'm a borderline minimalist. So right now, there's absolutely nothing back there because I think it looks nice, but I'm open to ideas. Maybe I should get a P.O. box and you guys can mail me stuff and I would start featuring them in my shelves. That's just a random idea. I'm definitely not just asking for free stuff, but I am. Let's talk running back situation for a moment here, at least based on comments from yesterday. Cora B is in line with my thinking about Pacheco. If Pacheco can catch the football, I can see him moving up the depth chart, potentially a sneaky good acquisition by the Chiefs. Tommy Watson says this 2022 season, Derek Gore and Ronald Jones will be very solid and CEH will break out this season. Honestly, I would love for CEH to have a breakout season to make up for the last couple. Let's be honest here. BLH Tober says McKinnon, Rojo, and Pacheco will be the 3 in rotation. I'm not expecting much out of CEH. And while I could see why you're thinking that, I just don't see CEH moving out of the rotation. At the very least, they're going to want his stock up as much as possible to get a valuable trade out of this man. So to work a first-round draft pick from 2020 out of the rotation, unless he's doing horrible or injured, once again, that does not seem likely to me. Alex W. says, PFF is right. Edwards-Helaire is ordinary, really a non-factor. Sandman is here and in line with my thinking on our running back situation. He says, I am thinking since CEH is healthy and they re-signed Jet, Rojo may be on the bubble since he is not adept at pass protection or in the passing game. Before anyone freaks out, the Chiefs got rid of Carlos Hyde after signing him. So yeah, Sandman has spoken and it's pretty much in line with my mindset at the moment. Blueberry Wilbur says Tyreek is like 5'6", so he can get mossed by a toddler Yeah, that's pretty much true. Tony Ross is thankful for the concise info, humorous takes, and is gonna send in a vid this week while he's working at Arrowhead, so let's freaking go, dude. I'm excited for that one. And then when you fire up the smoker, DM me on Twitter, bro. And I'm rolling through for some barbecue if I can make it, because I never turn down good barbecue, if I can help it. My burner account is back and says Derek Carr and David Carr are the worst duo in history, which is honestly 100% facts. Keith Woodard says, I like your shows, but you talk too much. I mean, this is a podcast, bro. If I don't talk, there is no show, you little dingleberry. But I am open to some constructive criticism, so feel free to comment down below what the heck you mean. Please elaborate. Cool Ghost 12 says, I like how Cole hasn't done a live stream for 10,000 subs, yet he's almost at 14. Yeah, whoopsie, time flies, and I'm probably going to do a celebration stream for 15K since we're about to hit it here in a couple weeks. Let me know if you'd be up for that, and we will get this live stream scheduled. My channel is now enabled for live streams, so the mistake that happened last time is not going to happen again. Make sure to leave a comment below to potentially be featured in an upcoming video, sub for more daily news like this, and check out this video here, which is the full take from Stephen A. Smith on Tyreek Hill and him accusing Tyreek of being high when he made those comments. A pretty funny watch, and until next time, let's go. How about those